Hey friends, join Chewy and I as we learn about Star Wars 5th edition. Today, we're going to learn about the Scholar class. You can tell by the name, this one's going to be based on the intelligence stat. It doesn't really have like an equivalent in Dungeons and Dragons, but it essentially is whenever you want to do something that is going to be basically somebody goes and learns a lot about something, probably by reading a lot of books, this is going to be the type of class that lets you go and do that. It's really interesting in that it essentially has the ability for you to use your intelligence stat instead of like strength or dexterity on attacks. And there's a lot of different flavors that you can make with this class. There's all these academic pursuits that you can get into. You could be a gambler or a tactician. You could be a doctor, essentially. There's an archaeologist, which, yes, does have the it belongs in a museum ability on it. There's a whole bunch of different things you could be. And depending on which pursuit you take, you either get tech casting powers or animal companions, or you get bonuses in expertise. There's one that gets you force casting powers. So there's a lot of different options that you can go walking down this route. It feels a little bit like somebody wanted to build a lot of cool NPCs and use this class to do that. Like they needed a chef or they needed a detective who's like Sherlock Holmes type of thing. So yeah, you could use this as the game master to build out some really cool characters in your world. If you do go about trying to create a character with this, it seems like the critical analysis capability is really key because that starts replacing a lot of modifiers. Also, you have the ability to share your critical analysis ability with other party members. There's even something called Sage Advice, where you can train everybody up on being able to use something. So this, I can see a lot of benefit when you're doing a lot of skill checks, or if you have to have everybody like climb a mountain and use rope really well, and you have somebody who's just really good at that and can teach the rest of the party how to get some bonuses on checks. It does mean that this class really, really strongly goes in to having a strong intelligence modifier that you can then use for all your attacks and all your skill checks, and then start giving to other players as well as bonuses on their checks. All in all, it seems like a pretty cool homebrew class that's been added in just for Star Wars 5th edition. Next up, I'm going to take a look at the one that you're probably going to pick if you want to build that Jedi with a lightsaber, the Consular class.